Why, hello there. Welcome to my channel. My name is Comet, and today I'm doing another episode of Terrible OCs. Now, the last video, actually, people watched, and I'm super surprised, but it might be because I promoted it. But either way, thank you so much if you've watched that video. If you haven't, feel free to go watch it. There's not much to say other than I'm basically piggybacking on the idea of Chloe and Isabella being, friends, I guess, in a way. I will talk about that here in a second, but basically Isabella is a little different and we'll explore that today. So the main reason why Chloe and Isabella are different is because Chloe is more of a Minecraft skin, while Isabella was meant to be my Minecraft YouTuber persona sort of situation. So instead of being a skin, she ended up being more of a self-interpretation of what I would have been if I were a Minecraft YouTuber at the age of 20-something. But, little 12-year-old me doesn't know about most of that stuff, except for apparently what French kissing is. Don't ask. So I went through a lot of my old stuff to, get the story straight, because a lot of the stuff that was in my thing, I don't remember a lot of it. And so rereading a whole bunch of it makes me, my brain explode. So real quick, I'm just gonna put up some images. The first two are Seto and Isabella. And if you don't know who Seto is, Seto Sorcerer was a Minecraft YouTuber that was part of Team Crafted, and was one of the original members of Team Crafted, but he left. I don't remember exactly why, but I was really upset about it, and I had the biggest crush on his voice. No joke. As a 12-year-old, I was obsessed with his voice. And so, it resulted in Isabella being really into Seto. And I regret everything. Alright, the reason why Seto being there is important is because Seto is the main reason why I have all of this thing going on with her being a sorcerer. Basically, Isabella was a sorceress. A sorcerer and, an enchanter and whatever, and so her main thing was, making fake potions or, doing things like that, and the idea originally started with Isabella going to a party. And it's not just any party. It's basically, a party with the Minecraft skins of Team Crafted. So, instead of being a real party with real people, it's with their Minecraft skins and personas. I know, it's really weird. Something is wrong with me, with 12-year-old me. It started with a party, and basically they talked, they had fun. But the twist was that it was a Halloween party and everyone was wearing costumes. So Seto was wearing his sorcerer costume, and Ty told Isabella to wear her sorcerer costume. So they were both wearing sorcerer costumes, and a bunch of the everyone else were wearing, couple costumes. And one important thing to remember is that I was a Skylocks fanatic. I shipped it so hard that I drew ship art for it ages ago. But it exists. And I'm sorry. I think that's originally when I started realizing that I was sort of gay. Was through shipping to men. But basically, they were in a couple's costume. I don't remember what it was. I think it was something cheesy, like peanut butter and jelly. It must have been peanut butter and jelly, because I was really into that song, Perfect 2. Oh boy. Lots of stuff is flooding back. So anyway, basically everyone was at this party. Everyone was wearing couple costumes, all of that stuff. And so I don't remember who, I think it was either Adam or Ty, who suggested that they play 7 Minutes in Heaven. And don't ask me how little 12-year-old me knew what 7 Minutes in Heaven was, because I don't remember how I learned what it was. But it was a thing. So they play 7 Minutes in Heaven. And Ty and Adam end up in the closet. And then it became Isabella's turn to pick a person out of the hat. And it was so weird. She picked out, I think it was Seto's amulet. She, picked up his amulet, and they went into the closet together, and they had a makeout session, and they started talking. Eventually, they got super nervous, and they sat down in the closet, and Isabella fell asleep. And so, I made up this thing, right? I made up this thing where Isabella was going through a spelling stage. Now, if you don't know what a spelling stage is, it's because it doesn't exist, and I made it up. But basically, I made up this thing where all sorcerers go through the spelling stage where, after a certain time period of them doing magic or sorcery or whatever, they have to go through this spelling stage of being asleep and being, I guess, possessed by magic in a way. I don't remember exactly what it all was because I lost a portion of my story through me being angry and deleting a whole bunch of stuff off of my DeviantArt. So some of that stuff is lost and I'm really sad about it. But the majority of it is that Isabella passed out. No one can wake her up. Seto gets really upset, so he takes her home without telling anyone. Which is kind of stalkerish, not gonna lie. That's kind of, scary. But basically, he ends up putting her in his, sorcerer room or spell room or whatever that was. And he makes this potion that I don't know if it quickened the spelling stage or if it, helped her breathe or eat. But it was Isabella fell into a coma, basically. And to make it through the spelling stage, she had to survive, nightmares. And so she had nightmares of losing all of her friends. She had nightmares about Seto dying and all of that. And so when she finally did wake up, which I guess was either 3 to 4 days after she fell into a coma, Seto was super happy to see her awake and her alive. And Seto was like, I'm so glad that you're back, I love you. And that made Isabella be like, oh my god, I love you too. Those cheesy fan fictions. Which, if you didn't know, I actually wrote an X-Reader story with Seto, a Seto sorcerer X-Reader, based off of Isabella's story, because I wanted to share the joy of it with everyone. So, basically, she's really scared to tell other people that she wants to be in a relationship with Seto. And so when she eventually tells everyone, I don't remember if it was Adam or Ty, I can't remember, because I was obsessed with both of them, let's be honest. They were like, you can't date Seto, you're also a sorcerer, you can't do that, blah, 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 blah. And so she gets in a fight with them, and she leaves, and Seto ends up trying to go after her, but he ends up, getting hurt, and Isabel doesn't know about it, so eventually, Ty or Adam comes along and finds her, and is like, Seto is passed out, he's been passed out for, 2 weeks, we don't know what to do, and so Isabella ends up going back with Ty and Adam, and, Ty or Adam, whichever one it was, ends up going back with Ty or Adam to save Seto, and she performs this humongous spell on him to bring him back to, consciousness, and they profess their love for one another, and Ty and slash Adam is like, you know what, I accept this. You're my friend. If you guys are in love, that's fine. And I don't think there was anything past that story-wise. I know, really, really odd, really weird. But Isabella had more of a storyline than Chloe did. I mean, Chloe was just my Minecraft skin. That is Isabella's story. And I am super sorry that I've subjected you all to this. So, I'm going to talk a bit about the redesign here in a sec, okay? But, that's the end of her story, that I could find. I'm sure there's something along the lines of, oh, they live a happy life together, or whatnot. But, that is basically Isabella's story. So regarding to Isabella's new design, I did a lot more than I did with Chloe. I brought some things back to the table, like her little shawl over her waist is navy blue color, and it's not just a cape, it's more of a waist skirt situation. I don't know why it exists. To be honest, I just thought it gave some attitude to her, you know, instead of having like a long sleeve shirt. I kept her bracelets, her black bracelets. I gave her a book. I kept her knee-high Converse shoes. Her knee-high Converse boots. Those were such a thing for me. I kept them purple, like an orchid purple. Her hair is a lot shorter. I made it more wavy. Her eye color is the same. I gave her piercings. I changed her shirt a lot. Instead of giving her silver shoulder pads, I was like, I like those shirts that don't have shoulders. So I just gave her a shirt that doesn't have shoulders. And it gives her a lot more personality. I feel like it gives her more of a modern look, and I really like that. I'd really like to use her in the future. I might use her in one of my graphic novels that I'm attempting to do. It's a future project that I really want to get into. But, I changed a lot with her. I gave her a slightly darker skin tone. I had some trouble with that, not gonna lie. I had some trouble with colorization, so I had to find a skin tone chart. So I gave her a more tan skin tone, and just gave her more of a, oh, hey, I was reading, but hi, sort of look. So I gave her a nose ring, and I gave her gauges in her ears, because I love gauges and nose piercings. Not gonna lie, I love them so much. But, yeah. I also turned her amulet into a... I gave her a choker necklace instead of a amulet, which looks a lot better design-wise, I feel like, than having an amulet that you won't even be able to see because of the book. So I did a bunch of stuff with her design, as opposed to her old design, which was more of a Seto Sorcerer ripoff sort of situation. So I didn't want to repeat what I had done in the past. So I sort of just gave her something else, you know? Anyway, I really hope that you like the design. If you don't, that's fine. But, it looks a lot better than the original design, and honestly, it feels a lot better. It feels more flowy, and it feels less of a ripoff of Seto, and yeah, it looks a lot better. I was thinking about giving her a belt, and, giving her some potions and stuff, but I was like, you know what, she's already got something over her waist, we don't need more. Along with her hair, I was gonna make her tips purple, but instead I put a stripe of orchid purple in her hair, which you can't see me doing in the speed paint, but it is there. So, yeah, I really hope that this design pleases you, and that it doesn't seem like it's straying too far away from the original design, because I really would like to use her in the future. I really do like this new design. personally. So, yeah. That's the end of the video. Feel free to subscribe. Comment, definitely. I'd really appreciate your comments. And yeah, I will do more of these in the future. Special thanks to Mad Libbs for letting me do this, because she's the original creator of the idea, and I really want to thank her for letting me use this, and I'm just such a fangirl, honestly. I'm so sorry. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. Bye.